So we're going to jump right into this. We're going to be talking today about our top 5 most anticipated things coming to Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And it's tough to really narrow it down to 5 because when you think about Epic Universe, there's about 50 things I'm excited for. It's really hard to think about like, okay, hey, you got to pick 1 or 2 things you're most excited for. I don't know. I don't know how to choose that, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Sorry, just a little bit of our novice podcasting here. Sorry. Alexa, turn the music off. Sorry, all I could hear was like the music in the background while you're.
It's okay. We really we're just really intense about our background music on this podcast.
I was just like, it was a good rock music. I was vibing to it, but I was like, oh gosh, I better fix that before we do a whole pod with music in the background.
I know.
But yes, feeding off of what Jared just said there, yes, very excited for Epic Universe. So much to be excited about, so much to talk about. So we kind of just put 5 of our the things that we're most looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to jump in here. I got a little bit of a cheat sheet, just because I know what it is that I'm excited for, but there is some cool stats that go behind some of these different.
Go ahead. So hit it. So just so you guys know, how we're going to do this is we're basically going to count down from 5. He'll hit me with his number 5. I'll hit him with my number 5, and so on. We'll keep switching off until we get to number 1, and we'll talk briefly about each thing and why we're so excited about it. So hit me with your number 5.
Yeah, number 5, in no particular order, at least for me. Number 5 is Stardust Racers, which is going to be like, we talked a bit about it on the last pod. It's kind of like a Dueling Dragons, but a modern version of it. It's pretty wild. It's going to be like it's designed to embody the excitement of interstellar racing.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to reach a top speed of 62 miles per hour. Riders will soar to heights of 133 feet.
Pretty tall.
Yeah, it's wild. It's got a launch system, dual launch system mechanism. So it'd probably be that similar feeling to Hagrid's, maybe.
Yeah.
Like being launched multiple times. But again, the theming of like this interstellar, which I'm kind of a space nerd already, is certainly something I'm looking forward to.
No, I totally agree. I think the Stardust Racers are going to be incredible. And I'm in the group of people that didn't get to experience the Dueling Dragons, attractions. So I'm super stoked about a dueling roller coaster. I think that concept is so cool to me.
Oh, yeah.
But frankly, I also love Hagrid's. So I don't have anything like bad to say because I do know of plenty of attractions that have been replaced by in what I consider inferior attractions after the fact when it comes to Disney and Universal.
Sure.
And so I get more fired up about something like that. But with Hagrid's being as good as it is, I feel like that's helped the sting of people losing Dueling Dragons.
For sure. Yeah. And even in Dueling Dragons, not to go on a pessimistic route, but it was such a creative and innovative ride.
Yeah.
But some people were having some difficulties. I think there were some injuries, but what I'm getting at is it didn't even get to really do what it was intended to do. But at the end, the latter phase of it, you weren't actually like racing. They would run them at different times just to make sure nobody was getting hurt from loose change or whatever it may be. But I imagine with the new ride, they've probably prepped all of this. It's going to be safe. And probably even more exhilarating than Dueling Dragons.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for it. It is on my list. It's I didn't put it number 5, but it is on my list for the record.
Yeah.
I should have probably specified with Brian that I did rank mine in order.
Okay.
And he ranked his out of order just so you know what? Again, second podcast, guys, okay? Don't expect greatness right away.
That's true. And that would have been hard to even I'm surprised. I want to see what yours is actually ranked in order because it would have been very hard for me to put like one before the other.
I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to change my mind on this entire list tomorrow. I can't possibly list these things in order definitively. There's too many things that I'm excited for. But either way, probably one of the things that I'm most excited for when it comes to Universal's newest theme park, Epic Universe, is definitely Ministry of Magic. The Ministry of Magic obviously is going to be the 3rd Harry Potter land to come to Universal Orlando, but beyond that, it just looks incredibly immersive. Obviously, we all know how immersive Hogwarts and Diagon Alley are at Universal, But the fact that we're getting this third Harry Potter land, it's also themed after the newer Fantastic Beasts films too, not just the Harry Potter films.
Oh.
And on top of that, it just looks like there's a lot of cool dining and shopping. And apparently, according to everybody who's talking about it, the new ride is revolutionary. So that's going to be really spectacular, really mixing like, kind of elevator shafts and things like that, which I'm excited for. But yeah, no, I'm definitely stoked for it. I think in a weird way, the Ministry of Magic and the newest Harry Potter land has almost like taken a back seat to a lot of the other things that are coming to Epic Universe, because people are like, oh, well, we've already seen a few Harry Potter lands. We don't, it's not that big of a deal. But frankly, I think this is going to be a bigger deal than people realize, and I think this land is going to truly knock it out of the park.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And I'm just kind of feeding off there because that is certainly on my top 5. So I guess we'd be rolling on the second one of my my list of 5 here. But just feeding off of that, it does say the ride system is a trackless dark ride system that allows for unpredictable movements and highly dynamic action sequences. So I've seen some things. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it does almost look like it reminded me of almost like a Tower of Terror, like the actual seating of it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like, very dynamic and maybe even coaster-like maybe. I don't know.
Look, I just hope it's not too dizzy inducing, because nobody needs any butterbeer throw up experiences on the new Harry Potter ride. But either way, I am stoked for it. I really am.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at a couple other things. Special effects including practical effects with simulated water, fire, and wind. Something probably like Escape from Gringotts, probably in that same genre of ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. And like you said, even just having another immersive world to walk into is going to be pretty incredible.
Yeah, and I think just in general, that's what I'm more looking forward to with the Ministry of Magic. Like, I'm excited for the attraction, but when I say Ministry of Magic, I'm more excited about the land, because my favorite part of both Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade is just walking around and enjoying the atmosphere. Like, the attractions are amazing. Hagrid's is incredible, but Harry Potter Land, what makes it so special is you feeling like you're in the films. Yeah. And walking around those lands, it makes you feel like you've left your current universe.
For sure.
It's hard to explain unless you've been there. Yeah. But anybody who has been there knows what I'm talking about. Like, you shut your brain off for a while and you're walking around Diagon Alley and you're like, I don't know where I am, but this is incredible.
Yeah, to the sounds, the subtle sounds. You even pointed out, I think last time we were there, even walking through 9 3/4, you can hear like the bricks moving.
Yep.
I mean, something that I think they're so great at, that you pointed that out, and I was like, I did hear it, but I think I'd always subconsciously heard it, but I wasn't paying attention to that I was there, because you just get so immersed into what they're doing there. Well, very incredible.
Well, what's cool is it's the same team that made those 2 lands that is doing Ministry of Magic. I did read up on that. So I just think they're going to crush it, because they already did a few times. Yeah. But jumping into the next one that I'm most excited for is going to be the Minecart Madness, the new Minecart coaster that is coming to Donkey Kong, which is super, super exciting. I've never been a crazy Nintendo fan. I know so many people that are, and I know people that are just over the moon about this new land, and I'm excited to see it. Don't get me wrong, but I will not lie. The idea of this new Donkey Kong coaster that apparently literally jumps tracks is fascinating to me. Apparently it's like really never been done before.
Yeah, absolutely. And to feed off of that, again, similar with the top 5 here. So this would be the third, I guess, out of 5 here. But yes, the track design, the coaster track features intentional gaps that riders will jump over thanks to a hidden secondary track system underneath. So I can't imagine what that's going to feel like. Seriously, like looking and you see the track in front of you, and then it's split, and then you're jumping over. That's gonna be an experience and a half,
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to poop my pants on a roller coaster.
It certainly will be.
No, it sounds incredible. It looks amazing, and it's enough for even the people who aren't huge Donkey Kong or Nintendo fans like myself to still be like, wow, I want to go on that coaster. Like, that's really, really revolutionary.
Right. No doubt. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on on that ride there.
Yeah, I
mean, we already know the theming. It looks like there also might be some cool like queue experience going through Kong's treehouse. So yeah, I mean, and to your point too, I do want to say like I'm not a huge Nintendo enthusiast either.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say I'm not like I'm just not like, oh, I can't wait for Nintendo World. But I will say, I think that 2 out of my top 5 I think was actually in Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
The other being the Super Mario. I think it's on here. I don't know what I don't want to make sure I've got the right name here for us. Yeah, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. So have you heard about Mario Kart Bowser Challenge? I think they already have it in.
I think so. Yeah, they already have it, I believe, in Hollywood.
Right.
Universal Hollywood. But everybody says good things about it, and I mean, who doesn't want to actually go for a Mario Kart race in real life?
Right. It's like pure nostalgia, but you're actually in it, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm excited to see how that experience works and how you're able to race. But yeah, I think that Nintendo World will probably be, what I'm looking forward to the most, really, like in terms of like the themed lands.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's the cool thing about Epic Universe is that everybody's got like a different number 1 or number 2 thing that they're most looking forward to, but everybody's going to be able to come together into this new park and go explore these things that they've never seen before or that they're super excited about. You'll be walking next to families and adults and kids alike that are just as excited for Isle of Berk as someone else is for Dark Universe.
Yeah.
But either way, they're there and they're just having fun. And I mean, what an exciting thing in general we all get to live during this time period to go to the first new Orlando-based theme park to open in like 30 years. It's incredible. And I definitely can't wait to be there. But for me, my next one actually on that topic is Isle of Berk, because Isle of Berk, like for those of you who don't know, this is an entire land dedicated to How to Train Your Dragon. And I'm so excited that they're building this because all 3 of those films are fantastic. There's 4 attractions. It's going to be so immersive for kids. And I know kids love those movies. It's me, I'm kids. But also that, the fact that they have multiple attractions, shows, you can actually meet Hiccup the dragon, which I don't know how they're pulling that off. Apparently, they have a dragon flying over the land.
I saw some
crazy.
Did you see some of the clips, like leaked clips online?
Yeah.
There's like they're test. I'm like, how are they even doing that?
I don't know how they're doing that, but the fact I also just recently they released the first teaser trailer for the live action How to Train Your Dragon film that's coming out next year. So I think that's only going to raise anticipation. People are going to watch the movie and be like, "Oh, I got to go to the land."
Right.
So it's super cool. There's a family coaster. I think Universal really has been needing to dive deeper into appealing to families and kids, because Universal has always been more of an adult-leaning theme park comparatively to Disney. And How to Train Your Dragon Land, Isle of Berk, is going to be that. It's going to be this entire immersive land where kids and families can all go to. And between that and Nintendo World, you're now having a space where kids below 10 years old and kids below 6 years old can go to and still have their mind blown. And I think that's huge for them to appeal to a wider audience.
No, I can agree more. Yeah. Last thing I've got here is I believe I've gotten my 5 out of 5 out here. But it is the Universal Helios Grand Hotel, which, again, I've seen a lot of clips online of it already. And it looks like it's standing up to the animations and the renderings that they did before, because sometimes you see those and you go and then you see it in real life, it didn't really come out as expected. It looks like that, and maybe some, right? So so the design of this hotel is inspired by the park's celestial theme. The hotel features a sleek, futuristic aesthetic and expansive views of the park, which again we touched about last pod, and maybe even we'll touch about on every pod that we talk about Epic Universe.
Probably, yeah.
But I know you know where I'm going with this, which is the rooftop bar. And that is certainly an amenity that people are going to be super excited about. The rooftop restaurant and lounge has panoramic views and we'll likely have a view of the nightly fireworks that are going on within
So
the
cool.
theme park.
So incredibly cool. I mean, honestly, this could be the best theme park bar in Orlando. It could quickly become one of the best bars in all of Orlando. I mean, we're talking about just a fully immersive. Who doesn't want to watch a theme park fireworks, roller coasters going by while you're having a drink? I mean, it's so cool. And I think right out of the gate, it's going to be so busy. You're going to see things like time caps. Hey, you can only be here for 90 minutes. You'll see preferential treatment for hotel guests, which you should.
Right.
You should get that. And beyond that, there could even be virtual queues. Who knows? It's going to be super popular, but with good reason. I mean, I'm just stoked for this to open, and I'm excited to see people's reactions to it, because I think the two of us are both going to be spending quite a bit of time there, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to look to see if there's anything else missing in terms of the Helios Grand Hotel, because we do talk about the rooftop bar, but I certainly imagine, even it says here, there's a resort style pool with immersive theming that reflects the park's storytelling elements. And then of course I do believe we mentioned it last pod, but it does have exclusive guest entrance into Epic Universe, allowing early access to the attraction. So the hotel essentially sits on the theme park itself.
Yeah, and just for, full disclosure for anybody who thinks that we're just trying to really fluff this whole thing up, you said yourself just like a few minutes ago, like it almost looks exactly like the concept art. I drove by it literally 2 days ago, and it's incredible how it looks exactly like. Yeah. It's crazy. It looks incredible. It doesn't even look real. Like, my wife looked out the window and said that hotel doesn't look real. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's amazing that we're getting Grand Helios to Orlando, because I just think it's going to bring resort hotels almost to the next level, which is good for Universal and Disney. And
No, I hear you. And I want to feed off of that and saying that, for those of you that may be listening that are in Orlando, have probably very much done the same thing, or gone by and seen it with their own eyes. Some of us that are out of state maybe haven't been to Orlando in a little while. You can look up online. There's drone footage that I've seen that is pretty incredible to show the evolution of them building this hotel. But I do want to say also, my wife and I and my little one, we were at Aventura not too long ago. Yeah. But you could see at the rooftop bar there, I think even our hotel room, you could see Grand Helios. Yeah. Because it's not that far from the current Universal site. I mean, it's just across I-4 on I-Drive there. So you can see it on the horizon. This is a hotel of scale, right? That you could see from a good little while away. I'd be interested to see how many actual stories it is. That might be something interesting to throw in there. Just another fun fact. But yes, the hotel definitely is going to make a mark
for sure
on the Orlando theme parks scene.
For sure. And for me, really the last thing, and probably the thing I'm most looking forward to with Epic Universe, has to be Dark Universe. Interestingly enough, I'm not a huge horror fan. I go to HHN only because my friends all want to go. And I, frankly, try my best not to have my hand shake the entire time when I'm in a haunted house. But that's besides the point. It's all right. Regardless, Dark Universe does look incredible. I think Universal has this incredible chance to, take advantage of the fact that they own the rights to these classic monsters that really revolutionize the horror genre. But the fact that every single thing I see about this land just screams to me one of the coolest, most immersive theme park lands of all time. I mean, we already talked about on the last podcast, but the Burning Blade Tavern is going to be incredible. I mean, literally a windmill on fire that you can go in and drink in an old horror-esque tavern. I mean, that's going to be amazing. One of the coolest theme park bars in the world. But beyond that, you also got Monsters Unchained. Monsters Unchained is supposed to be this revolutionary theme park ride with the coolest animatronics anybody's ever seen. And there's even a steakhouse. Did you know about this?
I don't think so.
So there's a steakhouse themed after Dracula that's coming to Universal's Epic Universe. It's called Das Steakhouse. And of course, Dracula, I guess he just wants to drink blood but eat bloody meat. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm definitely excited for the steakhouse because you go in here and it's just so perfect. It's going to be like dark and moody and themed after these horror characters. And you know, I don't know. I just think it's going to be really cool. There's also a coaster back there. So I love and have an appreciation for, you know, these lands that are this immersive, and you can tell how much energy. Like, I'm looking at this Frankenstein castle that they've built for this new ride, and it's crazy that the amount of detail and architecture and planning they had to put into something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no doubt. It's incredible. The only thing I was thinking too is like I'm trying to think of another land. You know, a lot of it when you go to theme parks is all utopian.
yeah,
Like everything is like utopian, happy, like the superheroes. But this is, I think, one of the first approaches, if I'm not mistaken, to kind of like the dystopian world. Which is pretty cool.
no, I think it's really cool too because people who, you know, can walk in there, and it's almost Halloween Horror Nights year round. They're going to have characters there where they intend to scare people. There's going to be a lot of shops and restaurants and dining experiences, and obviously the attraction. They're hyping up the attraction as the scariest attraction they've ever built, which is saying something when you consider that Universal runs Halloween Horror Nights. So, I mean, look, I'm probably going to change my mind after I go there and I get scared the entire time. But as of now, I'm excited for Dark Universe.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Everything there, that park is going to be incredible. And I know everybody out there, if you're listening to this, whether, again, you're local Orlando Central Florida annual pass holder, or just theme park enthusiasts like us that come from time to time, I think it's fair to say everybody's pretty stoked about this new theme park.
Yeah, I mean, look, Epic Universe is going to be for all of us. Everybody who loves these theme parks, loves these properties, they're all going to be excited for different things. And that's what makes theme parks great, is it appeals to everybody for different reasons. But it's still a place where everybody can come together and have a great time and pretend to be a child again for a few hours, which frankly I do too often, but that's okay. You know, either way, we appreciate you guys tuning in to today's episode. This was another fun episode. We're still trying to get our bearings. We're still trying to, you know, get adjusted here. But we intend to do these podcasts as much as possible. Of course, you can watch these podcasts on the YouTube channel. We do intend to have audio versions of these podcasts out down the line as well. But if you want to support us and go check out more of Explore Orlando's content, head to our website at orlandoexplore.com. You can buy merchandise and check out some of our other services. Of course, we're also on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all those fun social medias. TikTok, we go live from the theme parks on a weekly basis. You can subscribe and get a bunch of exclusive content on our TikTok page. And we post theme park videos every single day. But beyond theme park videos, we intend to cover all things Orlando. So again, all Orlando all the time means literally all of Orlando. So please do expect lots more content beyond just Universal and Disney. And we're excited to jump into all that. But thanks so much for supporting us, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know in the comments what you're most excited for Epic Universe, because, again, everybody's going to have a different answer. And if you see me crying in Dark Universe because I'm scared, no, you didn't. You just looked the other way.
Oh, I love it. No, I did want to say, too, just in terms of the content that we're putting out and everything that we're doing right now to launch this, Explore Orlando page and site and just essentially a community, and again, hopefully a service provider in the future to make sure that people have the best vacation they possibly can in Orlando. But what I want to say is, in the midst of all this, we're really launching stuff, and I do want to say, he mentioned that there is a live stream every single Monday, sometimes multiple times a week if we can. But I do want to say that if you're watching this just as a clip, or if you're watching the YouTube pod, make time to go and watch that live stream, because the way that Jared is able to go through these parks and give you a real time, answer your questions real time, walk through, see what the weather's like that day, whatever park he may be in that morning. It's super, super cool, and it's something new. This whole live stream era that we're going into, it's just cool to see. And again, we're not just simply walking through the park like something I might do. I might say a couple words. this is really like an exclusive VIP tour that you're going to get on these live streams. So again, tune in. I think it's fair to say every Monday at 8 a.m.
Yeah, every Monday around 8 a.m. we are going live on the Explore Orlando TikTok page. So definitely go check those out. And again, sometimes we also go live on Wednesdays and Fridays. It just depends. Those are like bonus times, but every Monday for sure. And I appreciate you saying that. It really is meant to be. We're supposed to be your VIP virtual tour guides, essentially. And we're just trying to help you explore Orlando, believe it or not. And
The name, right?
Hopefully we can help you do that. But I definitely appreciate all the early support so far and can't wait to do a lot more content.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. And again, subscribe to Explore Orlando. We're all Orlando all the time.
Yep. We'll see you guys for the next episode.